Hello and welcome to Pow TV, your best podcast for deadly lipstick. I'm your host, Kenneth.
Yes.
And around the table, we have... She had deadly lipstick.
I put it together right after I made the face. I flashed on Agent Carter, and I was like, oh, God, what did I not watch?
Oh, no, I immediately went Poison Ivy.
So,
Yeah, so
anyway,
give me a
I'm
fucking
Kenneth.
break,
Around the
bro.
table, we have On Point Beatrice.
That's me.
And Not Paying Attention Monica.
Wow.
And we're here to talk about the last two episodes.
My phone isn't even in my hand.
Yet.
Well,
We're here to talk about the last two episodes of Season 2 of Luke Cage.
Fucking
the most
baller.
current Wynonna Earp, which was Episode 10. Young Justice Season 2 Episode 3, and oh my god, the show's amazing. And then Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which I realized I'd watched already because I was the only one who had actually watched it when we were going to talk about it like 5 weeks ago. I started watching it, I was like, and that's why I asked y'all if, hey, is it episode... Oh, no, never mind. Yeah.
We're terrible.
Yeah.
And Beatrice didn't even watch it again.
Wow, you just
I
threw
was told
her
we weren't
under
going to
those
watch
bus.
it. Also, I spent all of Monday puking, so.
All right, you get a pass.
You've got a phone. You could have just head at the toilet.
Twist
just
your
kind
head
of
up a little, hold the phone.
In between
bleh,
vomits.
And then watch. And then bleh.
I mean, I could have. I spent most of Monday when I wasn't vomiting watching Constantine, Adventure Time, and Timeless.
Nice.
So you definitely could have done your fucking homework.
I could have.
Also, yay for Timeless.
Yay for Constantine.
Sidebar, when we have time, I'm going to yell at you about that show for like 3 hours.
Yes. This is all I've ever wanted.
I would like to not be here for that.
I was watching that, and she wasn't watching it with me, and I had no one to yell at her about it.
That's rough, buddy.
It was so tough.
That's rough, buddy!
That's her favorite. It's her favorite moment in the entire fucking show.
Yup. Okay, so let's jump in with Luke Cage. I guess first off, how did we feel about the end of this season?
Okay, I liked the penultimate episode a lot. I think there was a
like
lot.
That word
also,
in
yes.
general.
I mean, anti-penultimate is better. But anyway.
Did you learn that word because of Book 6 of Harry Potter?
No.
I learned that word because of Book 6 of Harry Potter.
There you go.
The penultimate Harry Potter book, and I was like, what the fuck
What?
is that?
But I felt like the last episode, I mean, you said it's like an epilogue, but I thought it ended on a really weird note. And I honestly, I really don't like this image of Luke Cage becoming some sort of crime boss.
It reminds me a lot of when Daredevil did this. It kind of just feels like they lifted the entire Daredevil plotline of when he takes over Hell's Kitchen and becomes the crime boss of it. And maybe they're like, oh, we like this idea, but we can't use that with Daredevil because his whole thing's going to be like...
Catholic pain and guilt.
Yeah, coming back and fighting Fisk again type thing. So we'll just roll it into Luke Cage.
Because, okay, I haven't read every Luke Cage comic ever, but I don't
Really?
feel...
You haven't? I have.
That is a straight up lie.
That is a straight up bald face lie.
But I don't remember
Bald
them...
face?
Bold-faced.
I heard bald face.
I said bald face.
Okay.
Is it not bald
no,
face
it's
lie?
bold face.
Oh, like I boldly to your face lied.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not
I was
like...
always been really confused about
That's
that
why
one.
dudes with beards can't lie.
Get the
Because
fuck
you don't
out.
have a bald face.
I hate that makes sense. Can we focus?
And I don't know, while I can sort of understand why this would happen in a Daredevil comic,
It does not make sense.
I'm
no,
not,
yeah.
and I'm also not sure about the optics of this. That
He's a hero for hire. He's not a second rate.
don't say thug,
No, I'm trying to think of his name. Diamondback.
Diamondback,
Or
yeah.
what was his real name? I was like Cornwallis, but that's like an old white dude.
Cornell,
Cornell. He's like a
No,
second
that was
rate.
Coppermouth. Cottonmouth.
Cottonmouth.
He's like a second.
Coppermouth,
Thank you.
that's another
Diamondback
snake.
wasn't right. He's like a second-rate Cottonmouth at this point. He's like the third Cottonmouth, and I'm like, he needs to be a hero for hire.
Yeah, I honestly was like, burn the place to the ground.
I liked when he said that. We should just burn it down. I was like, yeah, you should burn it down, and then you should rebuild it as heroes for hire.
Yeah, or it could be a fucking daycare. Like, who cares? But
Yes, a community center.
so because I just as. Part of me wonders if they did this to get him his outfit change, because he did that in the comics pretty recently.
Where he wears the three-piece suit
He wears
now.
a three-piece suit
which
now.
I love.
Which is great. I love the optics of the professional black man who dresses like a well-to-do businessman. Even though he's still going out there and punching dudes in the face because
He's wearing
Luke
that
Cage.
vest.
Yeah, which is great. But man, the whole episode made me feel queasy. And then I talked a lot, so who else wants to talk?
Well, I mean, you stole my thunder that I felt like episode 13 was an epilogue, so I don't know what to talk about now.
I don't care that it was an epilogue because I really like epilogues.
Oh, sure.
I like knowing where everybody ends up. But the last 10 minutes were rough for me because I was like, this feels gross and I don't like it. I didn't fully understand, and I swear I was paying attention, but when his little, like, paparazzi friend, DW, like, kicks him out of the barbershop, basically, I was there for that because he's right. There needs to be a Switzerland. But I didn't really understand why until the very end when he's in Cottonmouth's office and I went, oh.
Yeah, because...
So, like, he's not actually being bought, but he is actually running crime?
Yeah, because, I mean, it looks like D-Dub's just a really smart guy and could see this is the way the wind's blowing. Mm-hmm. You haven't fully committed to it, but I already get the feeling you're going to
slide into being a crime boss.
Well, because that he had that great line where he said, you can't be the boss of crime lords without being a crime boss.
Yeah.
And I feel like Luke is seeing this as... This is just more resources. I remain unchanged, but now I have more resources and more power with which to help Harlem. Mm-hmm. But the problem is that this power itself has come from a bad place.
Also, isn't that who Mariah was in the very first episode?
Yeah.
Like, Mariah was not Black Mariah in the first episode. She was straight. Well, she was cleanish.
No, they were still running guns.
She knew about it. Well, all right, that's fair.
No, yeah, I mean, she was a lot less.
She wasn't as
stabby.
involved though, because she and Cornell wanted to keep her separate, and he just used her to clean money. Mm-hmm. So she knew it was happening, but she wasn't involved. Is what I'm saying. Like, that's who he's now going to be, where he knows all this shit is happening. He's managed to block out the literal neighborhood of Harlem from this street to this street and this park to that park, but like he's not running it. He's not. So I guess I don't know. I'm
curious to see where they go with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it turns out well and it doesn't turn into like season 3's him conflicted between...
No, I want Misty and Colleen to show up and go, what the fuck are you doing? And then they just start Heroes for Hire out of Harlem's Paradise.
That'll be dope.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I would like to go on a tiny rant now. Are we going to talk about the episodes or are we just going to like rant about them?
Yeah.
Okay. So... I had to stop the episode and we just yelled at each other for 10 minutes in our house, our poor neighbors, because I'm so frustrated with these shows on Netflix and then also the overarching MCU films with their inability to build solid, intimate, earned interpersonal relationships between like romantic pairs.
Okay.
For the heroes. They
cannot seem to do it. Like, the only one who's stayed long enough is Tony and Pepper. And, like, it's been movies upon movies of them obviously working on it. But nobody else seems to be able to, like, work this out and have a romantic, dedicated relationship. It all falls apart. Someone leaves. Someone's replaced, blah, blah, blah. But for some fucking reason, the most compelling and beautiful romantic and interpersonal relationships are with the fucking villains. Mm-hmm. Wilson and Vanessa in season 1 of Daredevil was the most captivating part of that entire season of television. It was supposed to be Daredevil and his whatever journey, but it was Wilson and his relationships with people, with Vanessa and also with James, his number 2 guy. That their friendship was so intimate and close and wonderful for 2 men. And then his romantic building of a relationship with Vanessa was earned and intimate and real, and you could trust it. And then on this show, fucking Mariah and Shades was one of the greatest things I've ever seen on television, because it starts halfway through season 1 and they have a full romantic arc and it makes sense when they get together, and it makes sense when they fight, and it makes sense for their characters when they break up and why. And I like had to pause the show because I was so angry, because all of our heroes just have to stand alone forever, but somehow all these bad guys have these relationships that I'm literally envious of. I'm like, I need a boyfriend like Shades who just kills people less. And even then, like, were they bad people? Then go ahead, honey. I'll be here.
It's frustrating because you're watching it and Shades and Mariah are actually talking about what the problem is. And then when a problem comes up, it feels organic to the story. It doesn't feel like nonsense bullshit created by the show.
It took 3 episodes for her to actually start openly distrusting him, but you could see pieces of it building. Like, it wasn't just suddenly she was like, I don't trust you. And he's like, why? I love you. It was little tiny things building. And
really
she hears
nailed both of their
I know,
voices
right? I'm
there.
so good at it.
Great.
And then all of a sudden, they're in a fight. And you're like, I can see how this happened.
Yeah. No, they had a fantastic relationship.
Anyway, I'm like so angry.
And then we were very angry at Mariah because she did Shades real dirty.
She did him dirty,
Yeah.
and he would have stayed by her side forever. Like, go ahead.
When he comes to the prison and she's like,
Oh,
did you
my
ever love me? And he's
I
like,
was like,
I still love
how
you.
dare you? We both in our apartment screamed, how dare you? How dare? And then he's like, I still love you. And we were like, ah! Because, like, he pointed out, she had to do one of two things, and they would be riding high in Harlem. Mm-hmm. Don't fucking sell the gun business or put the goddamn club in his name, and they would have been fine.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, the fact that she is incapable of actually loving and trusting someone 100%, which is fair based on her history. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not a weird thing they've just decided. Like, we've seen why this is real.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that she could not do these two things while he was doing everything he could to make sure she was happy and healthy and powerful was, like, fucking heartbreaking.
Oh, yeah. He's the whole time doing all the emotional labor.
Yeah.
And
which is so great watching, like, a man do that on television. And then he sold out his entire future for her. Again, he can no longer be a gangster because now everyone knows he's a snitch, which he did. I mean, to her, not for her, but, like, he did it because of her, I guess.
Yeah.
Ugh, I love it. We were like, can you imagine if he, like, went into politics?
Dude,
yeah. Oh, my fucking God.
because he wouldn't want to be the president.
He's the guy behind the president. That's all he wants to be, is the dude in the shadows making shit happen.
He's the problem solver. He's the fixer.
Yeah. I want that now. I want, like, a Shades spinoff show that's, like, a political comedy.
That would be dope.
I'm into it.
I would watch that.
Honestly, I just want this actor to get more work because he is
so good,
amazing.
And legitimately, he's on Sons of Anarchy, which I started watching for a variety of reasons, including him. I could barely make it through the first episode. It is not a great show, but, like, I'm like, do I have to watch this goddamn show just to get more of this guy?
Dear Hollywood, give this guy more work.
Ugh, and then they spent the whole last episode just her calling him Hernan, and I was like, ugh, I'm gonna die.
I also have to say that, oh my God, so Mariah goes to prison, and I'm thinking to myself, man, you know, she's done some bad things, but she's been pretty pampered. You know, she lives a really nice life. And I'm concerned that now that she's got no friends left on the outside, she's got no one to lean on. Because if she had gone to jail while she and Shades were still tight, he would have had somebody there to look after her.
Yeah, he could make some calls.
Yeah, she would
really
have walked in with her, like, pile of stuff, and there would have been two people next to her immediately.
Yeah, and so I'm thinking to myself,
she made it work.
I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what's going to happen. You know, maybe, you know, she's going to get. I wonder if she's going to get jumped. I wonder what's going to happen. And so when those girls immediately come after her, I'm like, oh shit. But then she fucking pulled
a Stokes. She talked to them to get them comfortable, used her politician charm, convinced this person of a thing they would have wanted to hear anyway, and then fucking destroys them.
Yeah.
I also really enjoyed the part where she orders everybody around and then leaves and then immediately has, like, a panic attack.
Oh, yeah. Because, you know, that makes total sense. Like,
I loved that.
Boss enough to keep it together in the moment.
Right.
But that's still not
she
really...
just, like, with her own hands killed someone.
Yeah.
The show is so good, and Alfre Woodard deserves all of the awards.
Amazing.
Every single time she gets anywhere near a monologue, I, like, sit up straighter in the chair, and I'm like, yes, hello?
Yeah, Alfre Woodard for all of the Shakespearean roles.
Oh my God.
Like, play Hamlet. I don't care.
I don't care.
That'd be cool.
Gender bent Hamlet. Alfre Woodard is Hamlet. What about you? What did you think? Beyond, like, the two things that we took from you.
Oh, I really liked it. I thought I really liked the fight scene when Bushmaster chased them down into under the club safe house thingy. And then Luke shows up, Misty shows up.
And they're all fighting in that tiny room.
Yeah, that was just really well choreographed.
I was so stressed out for Shades.
Gorgeous.
I was so stressed out because he is like a tiny, fragile human person.
He doesn't have any of, like, that sweet super juice stuff.
We really liked the fight in the warehouse, in the drug warehouse, where it was Bushmaster and Luke's like, don't kill anyone, and then he had to keep, like, stopping him from killing people.
It was reminding me a little bit of the
Captain
fight
America Civil War.
in Civil War, where he's like, Bucky, don't kill anybody. And Bucky just keeps hitting dudes with the metal arm. And Steve's like, come on!
Go! And he like throws that guy accidentally over the rail, and Steve has to catch and is like, okay, that's a whole different podcast.
Yeah. No, I really I enjoyed the dynamic between Bushmaster and Luke across this whole season, and especially in episode 12, where you can see that they're two dudes who...
They're the same coin.
Yeah, and just kind of at this fork in the road went different routes.
Yeah. And we were hoping at the end it would turn into Bushmaster and Luke team up against Mariah the bigger bad. And we got that for about 15 minutes, and it was nice.
Yeah, he's just
But he's too violent, and he's too angry.
He's too damaged. You know, he can't see beyond the need for vengeance.
Even after almost dying, the last thing he says before he gets in that van to go to the airport to fly the fuck home is Mariah Stokes needs to burn. And I'm like, can you take a breath for a second?
Be cool.
Though by the end, by the end of that scene where they're loading him in the van, I'm like low-key shipping him and Mariah's daughter.
Tilda?
Oh, I know.
I'm like, yes, run off to Jamaica with him.
They were low-key shipping each other, too.
Well, you patch someone up while they're not wearing a shirt. Things happen.
He's a good-looking fella.
He is so fucking hot. He has an amazing face.
He has such an interesting face. Like, every time he turns his head, I'm just fascinated by the planes of his face.
He's got those really great cheekbones and that big old forehead and that good jawline and the really tall hair. And I'm just like, how are you?
He actually showed up in an episode of Timeless that I was watching, and so it was interesting to get.
This isn't a Timeless podcast.
You don't know that.
And he had an American accent, and so that was definitely interesting. But he still had some of the same inflections, and he had like a very big afro. It was
I'm
great.
gonna have to watch this episode again. He was a Black Panther.
Very cool.
Because it's a show about time travel.
Is it?
It's called
Timeless. I thought
none of them had watches.
Yeah. I didn't know where I was going with that.
It's a futuristic show where all time has been abolished.
Oh no.
That sounds like a nightmarescape.
Yeah.
Timeless.
Just drifting through a white open space.
So Mariah's dead now.
Yo, Tilda straight up killed her ma.
I know, like, because you see her mixing that shit in her shop, and I look over at Monica and go, she's gonna kill her mom, isn't she?
Yeah, we were both like, she poisoned her.
Dude.
But so I was expecting her to, like, come with cookies or something.
And then when she kissed her right on the mouth, we both went, she's
straight up poison ivied her.
Well, I just was thinking back to Agent Carter and lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Loved it. I mean, Tilda, she just got to a point where she was like, I can't deal with the fallout of this woman anymore.
You're really frustrating, Mother.
Well, and because the thing is that was the point where I was like, yeah, okay. Because up until that episode, episode 12, I was on the side of Mariah needs to go to jail.
Yeah.
Because I tend to think that when you're looking at a criminal empire, just going in and killing the top guy doesn't always work the way you want it to.
Nature abhors a vacuum.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
correct.
It's just you just shuffle on up after that.
Yeah. And even if you took out like a whole section, then you get chaos. People who say, oh, well, I could do whatever I want now. And you see what we get with more crime in the streets. And so I'm like, she needs to go to jail, obviously. And then you dismantle the organism.
Dismantle it from the leftover top down.
But we see that putting her in jail did not help.
Mm-hmm.
That she, with her back pinned against the wall, reacted like a frightened animal. That she lashes out and she's just killing everyone. And so at that point, I'm like, yeah, okay, kill her. She has to be stopped.
Well, legitimately, like the second she took out Alex, because no joke, he's probably the most dangerous person for her on the outside.
He knows too much.
He knows way too much.
But he was
so
young, devoted to
and
her,
loyal, and that's not how you reward that. He probably never would have broke, or he would have moved and changed his name or something. Mm-hmm. And so the second she put the hit out on Alex, I was like, all right, well, you're done.
Well, I think that's the same thing that pushed Tilly over the edge too.
Yeah. Well, I think what pushed Tilda over the edge is that she could have saved him and she didn't. I think that is what made her do it. Is she was like, now his blood is on my hands and I'm going to take care of the one machinating.
That's the thing. That like, I mean, I think to myself, I would be a great crime boss. Because you have to...
Would you?
You have to know...
I'd be a terrible crime boss.
You would be a terrible
I'd want everyone to like me way too much.
Well, you have to know which people respond best to love and which people respond best to fear.
Yeah.
And then you have to know which ones you can trust. You trust the couple that you keep closest to you, and those are the ones who you reward positively for their loyalty. And then the ones at the bottom, those are the ones that you respond to with murder. But you don't kill the ones closest to you.
Let's never work for her.
Well, I actually disagree. I feel like, I mean, it's smart, right? But I actually think that the ones at the bottom of the heap.
No, you have to carrot and stick them.
Yeah. You want them to fear your wrath, but you also want them to choose you if it came down to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you give them random presents
you
to
randomly
keep them on their
incentivize
toes.
them with like gifts or like days off, or I did this for your family, he's going to college or whatever.
Yeah, yes.
And then you don't actually, you murder them as a last resort, because if you kill enough of them, they'll all leave you.
Yes.
But the people in your highest circle, those are the ones that you treat them nicely, but they also must be afraid of you and your wrath, and those are the ones you can murder, I think, because like there's only a couple of them.
Work for either of you.
There's only, just don't turn on us.
I'm just gonna go into
There's
my
only
own
a couple of them,
crime
and you make an example out of one, and you treat the rest lavishly. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I always feel like
I've read a lot of Punisher comics.
I always feel like that like there needs to be more positive.
Yes,
you know?
less negative reinforcement, because human beings in general don't respond well to that. You can only control people for so long through fear.
Yeah, you want to engender real loyalty.
And real loyalty comes from affection and love. Mm-hmm. You want them to want to die for you, not be afraid of dying for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so overall
Anyway,
thoughts
we're going to start a crime
on
family.
The entire season of Luke Cage.
It felt slow, but I liked it. And the bad guys in this season were 100% solid instead of 50% solid. Like, no joke, Cottonmouth still better. Loved him, but he was only good for half a season.
That's my take on it. I liked the first half of season 1 the best, but I like season 2 overall more, just because I feel like the second half of season 1 kind of fell apart, where this was just
it was tight,
nice and consistent across the whole season.
Yeah. I think Bushmaster was a really great villain because he had the problem where he seemed to be overpowered, but we, the audience, got to see him underpowered, so I didn't get
great
annoyed.
Personal cost,
right?
Yeah,
exactly. Whereas in Arrow and all that stuff, we always hate when the bad guy, you just can never beat him. And us, the audience, have no idea how either, and that's annoying. But we got to see him after, and I think that really helped with the whole Luke can't seem to win a fight.
I would have liked to see, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I would have liked to see more Danny Rand in this.
He was delightful in the one episode he was in.
That one episode was probably my favorite episode of the season. And
well, you're about to get your wish, because I think we're going to go back to watching Iron Fist now.
We are, but I now want Luke Cage to show up in that one.
Of course.
Because I
feel like he probably might.
I hope he will, because they play so well off of each other.
Yeah, and I'm going to say what I said when we talked about that episode, is that it really feels like they're friends, which is what I want. I want my superhero team members to be friends with each other, legitimate friends.
I enjoy fun bickering and needling. I don't really enjoy superheroes that actively dislike each other.
Correct.
And I feel like that's what we're getting way too often these days.
Yeah, everybody's too...
Well, there's no drama without fighting, which is garbage.
Blah.
Everybody's so concerned with seeing like the superheroes fight each other.
Well, that's what the fucking disaster room is. What is it called?
Oh, the danger room.
There it is. That's what training and the danger room and wrestling is for.
Well, it's like, I remember Joss talking about writing for Avengers and how like Marvel gave him all these specific things that had to be included in the first Avengers movie, and one of them was that Thor and Iron Man have to fight. Like, that was one of the dictates, was that it doesn't matter how it happens, but Thor and Iron Man have to have a fight.
Well, legitimately, that was a really fun fight.
Yeah.
And Joss, as much as I hate this and it tastes like dirt in my mouth, did their fight well. He justified it well. Mm-hmm. But fucking like Avengers 2, every time they fought, I was like, why are we doing this? And then like Civil War, the Russo brothers did a really good job on why they would need to fight, but I know for a fact it's because Marvel made them. And if they had control over that film, everyone would have been friends and it would have been domestic Avengers all over the place.
Well, yeah, because you look at both sides of the fight of that, those individual groups were getting along very well, and it was, shocker, still fun to watch.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, mid-fight, they're just bantering with each other. It's lovely. That's like a sparring match. Mm-hmm. Was the word I was looking for.
Sparring
earlier.
match?
Not wrestle.
Wrestling.
I
mean, that is a word, too.
I like that it makes you laugh every time.
It just makes... I don't know. And I don't even know why, but it makes me think of, like, a giant alligator, like anthropomorphic alligator wrestler. And like who wrestles people.
I mean, I get that.
You wrestle a gator.
Yeah.
Or like an armadillo.
No, that's ridiculous.
Just take my armadillo and go home.
So let's
anyway, Luke Cage season 2 plus.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I would
I think I liked it better than season 2 of Jessica Jones, which is hurtful for me to say, but season 1 was a perfect show.
Yeah, season 2 of Jessica Jones just kind of dragged.
Yeah, it's like started off good, and then it just sort of
Well, they did the same thing they had on the first season, where there weren't enough like outside episodes where she was just a private eye.
Yeah.
Oh, so interesting story about that. Apparently, when you are pitching to Netflix, you have to, as part of your pitch, say, we're going to make this many episodes, even if you don't have the script for it. And then if you show up and go, oh man, we only really have like 9 episodes worth of story, you've already pitched for 13, and they're just like,
you can't go back?
Suck it up, you have to do 13. Which is, I'm wondering if where some of this problem comes from.
That might actually be a reason a lot of these are too long.
Yeah, because season 2 of Jessica Jones, if it was like 9 to 10 episodes, I think I would have liked it a lot more.
9 episodes would have been fine.
Well, I can understand how that's tough. But again, I feel like the answer to that is more filler episodes.
Oh, sure. Because especially in Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, any superhero
Daredevil
thing,
season 2 was really tough.
Like, Daredevil season 2
was a shit show.
It apparently was very rushed also. Like, both it and Iron Fist. And man, that...
Anyway, the point being, they could have easily taken their 9 episodes of actual Jessica Jones story, be like, we have 9, and for the other 4, we have PI stories.
Yeah,
so you do episode 1 and 2, 6 and 7, and 12, and 11, 12, and 13. Those are your arc stories.
Right.
And then the other ones are one-offs.
It's like, you do it like X-Files, basically, where beginning, end, and your mid-season stuff pushes the story forward.
Right, but then you have scattered ridiculous episodes with potato pie and high voices. If you watched X-Files, you'd know what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's been
potato pie.
Okay.
That's one where Mulder screams like a girl in the cold open.
Yeah. I love it.
Okay,
anyway,
so,
Luke Cage.
Wynonna Earp, season 3, episode 10.
This was a weird one.
This weird
episode.
Was
very weird.
I don't think I liked it. I mean, I liked it, but like...
I'm mad about the end.
Yeah.
I forget how it ends.
Okay, well...
Fucking Doc killed that dude who we were supposed to care about.
Oh, okay, no. Doc did not kill that dude. The lady who was in the flames totally is in Doc right now and super killed that dude. That's my thought. That demon that was hopping around, or the witch that was hopping around between Nicole and stuff. She's super in Doc right now.
That makes so much sense!
That explains a lot. Because we were like, what the fuck?
Even if he super lost control and that happened, he wouldn't give that creepy-ass smirk as he's walking
That's
away.
true. I was so confused by that. Okay, I feel better about it. Thank you,
Thank
Kenneth.
you.
I feel a lot better about it.
Because I'm watching him walk away, and he does that weird
and I was like,
smirk smile. And I'm thinking to myself... It wouldn't be out of character for Doc to do something that on the surface looked really shitty in order to push himself away from the group so he could do an end run and
sacrifice
himself. And do something to Bolshar.
Stupid.
But to actively kill somebody who didn't have
not
it coming,
be that sad about
that was too
weird.
much.
Yeah,
like if they had faked Charlie's death or whatever, but he was literally actually.
Oh
dead.
no, I'm pretty sure he dead.
He dead.
Well, it also makes sense.
That solved your problem of another white man showing up on the show.
It also makes sense why the witch didn't take that body.
Mm-hmm.
She's already got one.
Yeah, and she's got a very strong one that just needs to eat people every now and again.
Because he's already dead. Because she said she can't be in live bodies.
In a live body.
Oh my god, we're so stupid.
We're really dumb.
Oh no, Kenneth's the smartest.
This is a weird turn of events.
Oh, I hate it.
I can't believe it. I'm usually so good at TV.
I know, we've seen so much TV. I think we're just too emotionally invested in Doc to really put that. We just were shocked. We were shook.
Shooketh.
I am shooketh. Anyway, nothing else really happened, right?
We got that lady who's like an emissary.
Kevin.
I love Kevin.
I fucking love Kevin.
Honestly,
Kevin showed up and I was like, this is the girl I am here for.
Anna Silk is amazing. She was on Lost Girl.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. She's the
Do
succubus.
I know her? I haven't seen Lost Girls, but she looks
Did you look her up?
So familiar. I did, and I didn't recognize her from anything else. So I think she might just look like the lady from Weeds.
Oh my god! Yeah.
I think that's where I know her. Like, quote, know her from.
For me, that's the annoying girlfriend of Josh from West Wing, not the lady from Weeds.
Really?
She's the one who like ran the women's stuff, and they always got into fights, but then they would also date, but then they never had any real conversations, and then they would get into dumb fights. And I was like, this is
They had
exhausting.
a bad relationship.
It was a bad relationship start to finish, and they got back together like twice on that show, and I was like, rip my hair out.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I love Anna Silk. She's great. I hope she comes back again.
I want her on the show, but Beatrice is a dream chatterer, and she says they probably wouldn't keep her because she's like Anna Silk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I could see her doing an arc, basically like Doc's ex-wife lady did.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Kate, Big Nose Kate.
Anyway, I love Kevin.
Yeah. I really like the whole subversion also of, she shows up, is talking this big game of, chosen one, blah, blah, blah. They go do stuff, comes back, and she's like, oh no, I was talking about Waverly.
It turns out it was Waverly.
Yeah.
And her destiny sucks.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Waverly's going to try to do it, and Wynonna's going to fuck it all up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But for the best.
I hope her dumb dad shows up and does it. Like, be a dad for 4 seconds and let us keep Waverly garbage.
Hopefully, the mom, their mom actually finds the dad, brings him back,
dragged his deadbeat dad ass home, and went, "Can you do something for our baby, please?"
They could actually have useful parents for once.
Yeah, you owe me 30 years of back child support,
and it's going to come in the form of you sacrificing yourself so our baby can live.
Mm-hmm.
This is dad stuff.
Terrifying.
Well, that's why you're never going to have kids.
Fact.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also, they're so gross,
sticky,
snotty.
So,
sticky.
B-side of this, I really enjoyed Robin and Bobo just kind of hanging out.
That was weird. Play the music on your phone speakers. Don't stand there pressing the headphones against a glass box.
I
couldn't handle it.
I thought that was weird.
That was weird.
It was nice.
Though it was interesting to me that Bobo seems like he's had a legitimate psychotic break.
Yeah, he's crazy
where he is not even really present in the moment.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
It was really fascinating to watch because he's always sort of been weird and esoteric, but he's broken.
But he likes music.
He likes jazz, apparently. He likes
man, that's a terrible choice.
I fucking hate jazz.
He likes interpretive jazz, which is the worst kind of jazz. No, I hate it.
Isn't that scat?
Yes.
Which is a subcategory of jazz.
Well, I hate that too.
Yeah.
Old school jazz, original jazz, is great. But I don't know. It's also vaguely boring.
Okay, so let's hop over to potentially the best show on television,
right.
Young Justice.
Only because Legends isn't back yet.
Yo, fact. Oh my god. They dropped a trailer for that. We didn't even do news this week.
We didn't. I didn't watch the trailer. Was it amazing?
There's a unicorn in it.
Jesus.
What?
This show is so dialed into my heart.
No, I saw the title of the premiere episode. It's called The Virgin Gary.
Yes. Oh,
only until Constantine is
Hey-o.
there.
I mean, if he's still a virgin when that thing opens, Constantine's not doing it.
Do you mean Constantine's trench coat?
Hey. I want to say about Young Justice that I am so mad because it's really good.
It's so good.
I remember watching the first season and being like, yeah, okay. But I think that was because they were all so young. And I'm just having a lot more fun with them all as almost
aged
post-teen
up a bit.
adults.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, I hate Lagoon fuckface.
Yeah, but turns out...
Oh my god! I'm so mad!
Fucking Aqualad flipped on them.
Yeah.
Okay, seriously though, I would put good money he's a double agent.
Man, I hope so.
No, I'm telling you right now, do you know how I know? He led them to the bomb. He pointed out the bomb. And then he said how much time was left. That dude is a fucking spy.
Okay, I could dig that. I could see that.
Also, they had that fight. Nobody died,
And he, yelled a lot at Aquaman. And Aquaman, barely yelled back. He's a spy. He's a plant. Aquaman sent him because of fucking Black Manta.
I'm saying nothing. I think Monica's making some strong points, but
all right,
I'm telling you nothing.
I don't care. Aqualad was my favorite from season 1, and like I'm not all right if he's actually a bad guy.
Okay. Yeah, I would like that a lot because I was really bummed because okay, your buddy died. That sucks.
It wasn't. It was the love of his life. Well, here's the other thing: is the love of his life died, right? But she had already chosen to be with somebody else. So, like, that being enough to push him to becoming a bad guy when he was the most stand-up fucking, like, Captain America-style person in the first... I'm like, no. Spy. Also, he's my favorite.
Yeah.
And it was so good to see Black Manta. I don't know why, because he's a villain, but I, like, really like Black Manta.
I like his hat.
I like his hat. I like that he's black. I like that he's from underwater. And
it's
I like
weird that he's called Black Manta when he's black.
Yeah, that's a little racist. But I like that he's not fucking garbage ocean master who's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, he's a real good foil for Aquaman.
Well, and it was so interesting when we get to see his sort of like his office on the ship, and he's got those very African-looking masks on the wall.
Which is weird because he's from Atlantis.
He's from Atlantis. And so I'm immediately wondering, are there different cultures within Atlantis? Is there like a Nigerian equivalent?
You know what? Maybe that's where the cultures from Africa came from.
Interesting.
Maybe that's where all cultures came from.
I mean,
and that's
they did
why
because all culture came from Africa in the first place.
Yes.
No, I was meaning Atlantis.
No, I'm saying
the ocean.
If all culture...
Because pyramids, yo. You look at the Mayan pyramids, you look at the Egyptian pyramids. No, it was Atlantis.
It was aliens.
Yeah, Atlantis was a spaceship. It didn't sink. That fucker took off after
they
helped build pyramids.
So you gotta watch some Stargate Atlantis, bro.
I really want to. I want to watch so much stuff.
When you start Stargate Atlantis,
do not have the time.
Can we watch it with you?
You know what? We could have get-togethers, and we could just do all of the Stargate. Like, we could start with SG-1.
I haven't technically finished it.
We could start with SG-1.
Season 10 is kind of lame.
That's fine. But we can do that. I think that'd be really fun. We could watch a couple episodes a week.
Oh my god, Stargate Atlantis is so good. It's so good.
Well, in 7 days and 2.5 hours, I'm going to have a lot more free time.
Well, wait, when is your honeymoon?
We're doing a very quick one immediately afterward. We're just going to Disneyland for 2 days. But then...
Buddy.
Well, I mean, the problem... we're going...
You can't take time off.
We're going to Scott's wedding in the Philippines in January. And we're going to be there for like 10 days.
Yeah,
and that's eating a lot of PTO.
I mean, that could be like a second mini honeymoon.
Oh, yeah.
Or you just wait a year, save up some PTO, and go on an actual honeymoon.
Yeah, for sure. But like, we're going to Disneyland. We're going to Vegas for a couple nights in November, and then we're going to Philippines. So we're just doing like
a really long, spread out honeymoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, back to Young Justice. Aqualad is a spy.
Allegedly.
Black Manta is here, and I, for some reason, love him. I think because he's like, I don't know, he was in a couple of the comics, and I just remember him not being like really violent and gross. He's just like a villain.
Well, he shows up and is like, hey, this douchebag who, cool, his dad, like, boned some Earth lady, whatever, and then, like, lived up on the shore the whole time, and then comes in at 27 and is all, like, I'm the king of Atlantis,
See,
blah, blah,
I think
blah.
I'm on Black Manta's side.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, I mean, he's still a dickbag.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
In the scheme of things, he's...
not the worst villain ever.
You can understand where he's coming from.
Oh, my gosh. What else happened? We have to stop talking about Aqualad and my favorites. Lagoon Boy sucks.
Do we?
No.
What if we
Let's
just
talk about them forever.
Atlantis for a while more?
Magan used her crazy mind juju.
She needs to stop blowing up people's brains,
She's going to get in so much trouble because this time Jean noticed and he's going to come for her. And he's going to come for her with Superboy standing next to him and she's going to be in so much trouble.
Oh my god, she used her catchphrase again, and Monica actually admitted out loud that she had missed it.
I did. Hello, Megan. I missed it.
How did you...
No, I missed it. Like, I was
okay.
sad because I hadn't had it in my life.
How did you overlook that? Okay,
no,
yeah.
It happened and I went, oh no. I'm so happy.
You know why? The show is a delight.
I'm not arguing with you.
I'm so excited that there's a third season coming out.
I just want to say that watching it again, like one episode at a time, I'm really noticing how many tiny little details and hints there are. It's the world building in this is really incredible.
Yeah.
Dude, and I mean, we can talk about when we get over to EMH, but like, they're just so good about taking like Oh no,
I thought you were gonna like compare the two and say that one of them was worse, and I was like, we're gonna fucking
I like
right
Young
now,
Justice
bro.
more just because end of the day I'm
It's
a bit
DC.
more of a DC guy. But like they're both so good about taking, 80 years of comics
and just like shoving it,
cherry picking fun stories and building episodes out
I
of
have
that.
like 3 things about EMH, so I'm gonna be like, hey guys, did you catch this?
It was really weird. They did definitely mention in this episode when the Big Six went over to Farawayville and it was like, oh, Earth's Mightiest Heroes was there. I was like, man, that's not a thing you should be saying.
I went, what? Rude.
That's copyrighted.
That's copyrighted. Also, like, it's weird that the Big Six are just like gone now. I feel like someone is pulling strings and like,
oh yeah, that whole
we're gonna be in some trouble
the light
now.
Team is definitely doing stuff.
Yeah, we're in the shit.
It's interesting that.
Also, I just don't believe that Batman would be down for the Big Six to not be on Earth.
Well, I mean, at this
still got Brother Eye, I'm sure, because he's a big old creeper.
And at this point in time, they have so much backup in the Justice League. Just the Justice League
that
now
weird,
is very
like,
big.
Silver dude's in charge or whatever.
Captain Atom.
Sure.
He's like a human bomb. He's like a bomb contained in a suit.
Cool. Sounds stable. He should definitely run a team.
No, dude, Captain Atom is great.
Sure.
He's very chill for the living embodiment of a human bomb. He
sacrificed his life to save Earth at one point.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's great.
He's cool.
But
I
like,
want
who has
Wonder Woman to be on leader of the team?
Well, she's, off.
She's got too much shit to do.
Space trial.
She ain't got time to be running no Justice League.
Anyway, what else happened?
What else happened this episode?
Superman tried to save all of the evil aliens, which is such a Superman move.
Yeah. And then he got himself blowed up.
I'm actually really proud of him, and I thought it was great.
That's Superman going to Superman.
No, I know. I'm like, this feels right.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a very Superman move, that he would get everybody out who could, and then he would try to save even the bad guys.
I like how he's like, there are too many of you to carry, so like, help me help you.
Mm-hmm. I just want to point out that I feel like over about 3 years now, Pow.
Oh god,
your view of Superman has drastically changed.
I don't think that's true.
You came into it pretty much hating Superman.
Actually, legitimately, like, I feel softer about Superman and, like, harder about Batman. Like, the more time we end up talking about this shit, the more I'm like, Batman needs to retire and throw himself into a volcano.
I really kind of wonder how much of it is
Tyler Hoechlin, Sunshine Superman?
I was going to say political climate.
Probably that as well.
You suddenly go, hey, maybe we just need some nicer people out there.
I mean, I'm sure that has a big part of it, but also it's like actually learning about Batman and paying attention a little bit closer to the decisions that he makes and how
when
he fights.
Emotionally abuses children every week.
He emotionally abuses children, and legitimately his entire quote-unquote family has been tortured by someone he could have taken care of 15 fucking years ago. Like, I'll never forgive him for Joker still being alive.
Though I will say, in this universe, in the Young Justice universe, he's really good with the kids.
That's great. I'm happy for that.
Yeah, Young Justice Batman seems very chill.
In some universe, that should be real. Mm-hmm. But in general, he's not great. Like, and I was like rose-colored glasses about him because Michael Keaton, and like, that's who I knew, and whatever. Get away from me. And like,
I thought we were going to high five.
No, I was like shooing. Anyway, so I'm having more trouble with Batman, and I'm kind of relaxing a little bit on Superman. I'm still questioning what drives him to stay good, because I don't trust I just am. Like, I just don't trust that, but I'm soft.
But I mean, so many people are good just because.
I know. He's just so powerful that it makes me nervous.
Yeah, I think there's an element of trust there, because you're probably thinking about that comic that we read.
What was it called? Incorruptible or something? That one where like basically Superman goes evil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
trust but verify.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust Superman, but have your kryptonite ring in case you need to punch him in the face.
So like, I'm getting closer to the trusting of the Superman.
Aww.
Don't look at me.
You have to
look at you.
But yes, I love this show. I'm very excited about where we're going, and
it is hard to only watch one episode because
I know.
They're so short and they're so good.
Both this and EMH, like
I know.
I watch one. I'm all, maybe I should just watch one more, and then I don't. I haven't, but when does season 3 come out? Oh, it's going to be on the DC streaming, huh?
We should all just like split it.
Yeah,
I'm down, and then we can watch fucking Titans. Fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman. again. That's why I'm gonna love that show.
That show looks like a dumpster fire.
I'm pretty excited.
Be a good time.
I'm honestly, I'm pretty excited
well,
for
it's like,
it.
the reason I'm excited
shit.
for Aquaman, it's not just because Jason Momoa is hot, but also, like, it looks like it's going to be terrible, but, like, the fun kind.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Like, why we
Aquaman.
love
We call
Predator.
it an ass whooping. Oh, my God.
Can I come aboard? Oh, what was it? Permission to come aboard? Son, I got all kinds of stuff you can come aboard.
Oh my God. When does that come out anyway?
Soon, I
Pretty
think.
soon. Like,
You got to plan a Thursday.
yeah.
Oh, well, okay. December 14th.
Oh, not
Okay.
that soon.
Soonish.
All right, let's talk about EMH.
Is there another Star Wars coming out this year?
No, it was just Solo.
So
It's
that's right. It's one a year.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's off years, right? Every other year we get an episode, and every other year we get a story.
It got weird because it's supposed to be the episode ones are in December and the off years are in like May, but then the very first off year they did with a Rogue One, it came out in December.
Didn't they have to push that one though?
Yeah, it got pushed back for assorted reasons.
Yeah.
All right, EMH. Let's talk about
So
Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
it's cold.
So
Lots of cold.
Can I say we haven't watched this episode? What'd you say? 5 weeks? Or we haven't? Well, I haven't seen the show since the last time we covered it in a summer.
Which was like a full year ago.
Full
at
year
this
ago.
point.
And I turned it on, and just the opening bit with Janet and Clint and Hulk just hanging out and being like, nah, they've probably got it. I was like, oh my God, I love this show so much. Like, I remembered why I love this show so much.
I am so here for superheroes off duty.
I'm saying this is literally Domestic Avengers, the show.
All of the best
It's
X-Men
great.
comics are the off
Hanging
issues where they're, playing basketball and
Yes.
trying to cheat with their powers.
Yes. Well, that's what I loved about this, because, like, this is so real for me that we got, like, one who has powers, but it's got to be in the suit, and then the human, and then the Hulk who barely wants to fight anyway, and the three of them are like, nah, those three big heavies have got it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna, like, hang out at the pool. Felt so real to me, and, like, and then Tony's pissy about magic, and
Yes.
Thor's angry because he hates science, and they both literally have the same problem, and T'Challa's just like, oh my God, what have I done?
You dum-dums.
Like, he's just like, why did I sign up for this? This is
Yeah.
garbage. Anyway, it makes me so happy because they're all just friends and they just hang out and then, like, periodically fight bad guys.
Oh my God, I think, was this the episode where we started shipping Hulk and Jan?
Oh, no, that happened way before for me. But this one was good because, like, Clint and Jan are, like, hanging out and Hulk's in the pool, but he's definitely, like, creeping a little and, like, listening to them talk. And you can kind of get the vibe that, like, he wishes she would come in the pool. And then later, he got frozen. No, I think it was a couple episodes before this.
Okay.
I tried to watch the episode before this, and I'm getting them confused. Anyway,
But yeah,
ship
poor
Hulk and
Hulk.
Jan.
This one, they forgot him in the pool.
They
They
forgot
And he got
forgot
frozen in there.
It got really cold really quickly.
Yeah, so we should back up. The whole point of this episode, Malekith tracks
Also, I love
down...
how many people they, like, pull into this show.
Fuck it, the Thing showed up. Just had a random, like...
Yeah, just, like,
15
two
second,
members of the
"What's
Fantastic
up?
Four
I'll
were
punch
here.
something, and I'm
I
out.
don't believe that Johnny Storm can spell half a sentence backwards while flying. Like, he wrote, you owe me one, but backward. Like, with the E.
I believe that.
I fully believe he spent a lot of time
Practicing.
skywriting.
Just to be a dick.
Yeah,
Actually, now I believe
that
it.
is very Johnny
That
Storm.
feels very Johnny Storm. You're right. But yeah, anyway,
so
Malekith.
Malekith finds this ice chest,
The
basically.
cask of ancient winters.
It's an ice chest. And he pops it open, and Earth is overrun with a global ice storm.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care how this episode ends, like, millions of people died here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they were... this was ice storming for hours. There's a lot of dead people.
Oh, I actually took it that it's magic ice, and they're all fine. Like, because the way, like, Clint's a human person, right? He has no special powers. He doesn't have anything, like, he doesn't have super soldier, he doesn't have healing or anything. And he was frozen to the ground, and he's fine. So I took that as a symbol that this was a magical snow, and everybody was just okay at the end. The way they do. Like, they hand waved
Like,
it.
sometimes people get, quote unquote, turned into stone.
Right,
And then
but then they're
fine.
unturned into stone.
Yeah, because then you cast stone to flesh, and you
Okay,
flip
oh my
back.
God, can we
Come
focus
on.
up?
You told me
that's
we
what
couldn't play D&D until after you were married. None.
So that's what I think. I think
Okay.
also this show is not that dark. There's no way.
Yeah, but also think of all the plants that died and the global famine that's coming around.
It's a magical
okay,
storm.
fine. I'll hand that a wave.
Hand that a wave?
Hand that a wave?
Yes, I will hand that a wave.
Here is a wave. I hand it to you.
I really like this show.
It's so cute and pure.
It's so pure and delightful. And even in the middle of the fight with, like, legitimately, I'm a little annoyed at Thor with his anti-science bullshit. Because, yes, science has created a lot of the monsters.
I mean, I'm a little annoyed with Tony and his anti-magic bullshit.
Science has also done a lot for humanity that is positive. And Thor only gets to see the bad stuff, which is, quite frankly, the fault of the Avengers. They need to take him to, like, a museum or something.
Yeah.
And then I'm also mad at Tony because he just has this, like, irrational hate for magic. But watching the two of them be really, like, what am I thinking of? Like, not Gabby, but, like, gloaty about how much better theirs was great. And then they were talking about irony and, like, it's like, so ironic that you're complaining about science and here we are flying off to fight a magic. And then the shuttle, like, freezes. And Thor goes, there's a lot of irony happening in this boat right now, buddy. It was great. It was great. There was a West Coast Avengers shout out.
There was, and I was so happy.
Great. Watching Captain America sled down a snow hill on his shield was everything I needed today.
Actually called Legolas down a shield.
Yep. It was everything I needed today because this week has been quite frankly terrible.
God, today was a garbage fire.
Today was the worst. We're recording this on a Thursday. All of you know why today sucked. And, like, that was just so beautiful that it, like, kind of soothed everything about the day. Just watching him being Captain America.
Yeah, I definitely got home from work, watched this and Young Justice, and
kind
was
of felt
in
better.
a much better place afterward.
It was just nice. So, and then there was another...
So good.
There was the Malekith shout-out, and there was the West Coast Avengers shout-out, and then there was him on the shield. And the Fantastic Four show up. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that they managed to, like, fit in this, like, 22 minutes.
Well, they make it feel like such a... And it's not a fair comparison because, you know, the MCU, like, live action costs more. You have rights. You have Sony owning stuff. You have Universal with stuff.
Literally, the CGI, it just costs more.
Yeah. But, like, you can just... They just put so many small shout-outs to this bigger connected world in this show, and I really enjoy that.
Yeah, it's nice. Anyway, it's a dumb episode about Malekith, and, like, the stupid cask is now with Loki, which is probably going to come up in the finale, but it was just such a nice little filler episode.
Yeah.
Aw, Loki. Always up to no good.
Oh, the other thing I really liked is they have all their spacesuits. Remember when he, like, made those spacesuits? And Clint's spacesuit, like, armored, in space, can withstand a vacuum suit, has points for his, like, mask.
That's where they put the communication array.
No.
Sure.
I just love that Tony spent the time to design spacesuits that would fit their costumes.
And everyone gets one except Thor, right? Thor doesn't need one?
Thor doesn't need one. Like, the Hulk has just a breathing apparatus, like, no suit. And, like, Jan can fly with thrusters, and T'Challa still looks like his suit, but just, like, metal. It's just such a delight. It's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Tony just loves making suits for his friends.
So good. I love this stupid show.
Yeah, it's great.
It makes me so happy.
Oh man, I'm so glad we're watching these shows right now. It's bringing me so much joy.
It's been a tough
more cartoons.
Summer.
That is the moral of the story.
Yes. Oh man, I got Monica watching Gravity Falls now. Anybody who hasn't watched Gravity Falls, man. It's so good.
How great is that show?
I'm so angry because it's pretty good.
You're so angry because grunkle is the best word ever.
Grunkle. Grunkle's
I really, really like it, but there are moments when I'm kind of like, oh, these are kids. Oh. When,
that's
like,
fair.
I watched the time travel one where she gets the pig. Waddles. And, she literally found this thing that she loves more than anything, and Mabel never asks Dipper for that much. And all Dipper can focus on is, like, not letting these two people get together who are very obviously, it's just another day, Dipper, this will still happen. And it was just so frustrating to watch him sacrifice Waddle's pig, which is an actual thing that will bring her real joy immediately, for one tiny thing that's going to happen anyway and doesn't get him any closer to his goal. And, like, that was just really tough for me. That whole episode.
Oh, yeah. Well,
was
kids are stupid.
But it's because he's young and he's dumb and he thinks he's in love. And, like, I like how it turned out where he, like, sacrificed them being together so she could have Waddles. But, like, that got a little much for me.
Yeah.
But also, there's a giant made out of gnomes.
You're not wrong.
And that's
well, like, there's the Halloween episode where he doesn't want to dress up, but he won't tell Mabel. Like, the worst one is whenever he keeps secrets from Mabel, because Mabel has proven that she'll do whatever, and she's down for whatever, and she supports Dipper 100%. So I'm, like, offended on her behalf when he, like, won't tell her why he won't go trick or... Like, all he could say is, I want to go to this party. You know I like her. Like, help me do both or something. And he just, like, lies, and I hate it.
Yeah.
But I do like the show a lot.
Kids are dumb.
Kids are dumb.
After you watch Gravity Falls, we should watch Steven Universe.
I started Steven Universe with you.
Yeah, Steven Universe, also great.
It's so great.
Steven stresses me out too, though.
Yeah, I would say that having now watched all of Adventure Time, I would say that Adventure Time is a fine show, but Steven Universe, there's nothing that Adventure Time does that I don't think Steven Universe does better. So that's my hot take for the day.
John Pingle's gonna be mad.
That's fine.
What? I feel like Adventure Time is more focused on the single episode non sequitur funness,
surrealness,
where Steven Universe is building a more
cohesive
overall
story,
arc of a story.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have a lot of similar themes of change and growing up and moving on from war and family and stuff like that. Found families, especially. I think probably I'm the wrong audience for Adventure Time.
I think that's it. It's like too weird.
It's too weird.
Yeah.
I need it to be
I
softer.
watched the first couple episodes, and I think I had the same problem where I was like, this feels too weird for me. I don't think that I enjoy it.
Oh, I like Adventure Time a lot, but it also is definitely a show that people who grew up watching Ren and Stimpy and the Magic School Bus decided, we're going to just kind of smush that together and shake it and make a show 20 years later.
Which is so funny because I love the Magic School Bus. I did not like Ren and Stimpy.
Same.
I feel like it's Ren and Stimpy and Beavis and Butthead more with like a pinch of the Magic School Bus.
I see the Magic School Bus element, but yeah, I think there's too much Ren and Stimpy in there for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess I'm never too old for a dick joke, but I feel like I'm not
Passed out on dick jokes.
I'm a little. I think I just don't laugh at fart jokes in cartoons.
You literally laughed at his fart jokes for 15 minutes.
I don't know.
You were cackling.
I can't explain the difference between laughing at like a fart in real life and laughing at like farts on TV.
No, you're right. Dick jokes are funny on TV and dick jokes are funny in life, but dick jokes in life get a little stale and farts are always hilarious. Also, farts in real life are really like they can affect you.
Yeah.
Whereas, like,
you
I don't want your
together.
dick joke to affect me. Like, I don't want that.
That's fair. It's a lot less invasive.
Yeah.
All right. Ready to wrap this thing up?
I think so. So we are back next week with The Gifted, which is back now.
Yes.
We'll have another
Wynonna Earp, Young Justice,
Iron Fist. Wow, I could not think of that name.
How bad?
Look, it's been a day.
One Iron Fist, two Iron Fist,
one Iron Fist. The Gifted, Wynonna, Iron Fist, Young Justice, and EMH.
Yes.
Maybe Preacher if I can.
Maybe. Well, we'll see how the wind takes us.
Get it up to watch. I'm just so sad. Cass finally found someone that he thinks values him.
And apparently he's a vampire racist.
Self-hating vampire.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have to fight, and Cass is gonna have to kill them, and they were boning down, and it's just sad.
Sad times.
Anyway.
So on that happy note, check us out, notlg.com/BamPow TV. We're always there. Facebook at BamPow TV. The Twitters also at BamPow TV because we have a theme. And we will see you next week. Same Bam time, same Pow channel.
Bam Pow!